Okay, so everybody, this is Leilani, and she is going to be doing some conformation and lameness and anatomy with us today. So Leilani, we'll go ahead and get started with the conformation. And so you're just going to identify the overall conformation of the horse, and you can include angles, proportions, balance, things like that.
Okay. So should I put it on the horse?
And then you can just talk and put it on the horse as you talk. Yeah.
So to move over a little. All right. So this is the horse. So overall, he's relatively balanced. His neck is quite small for his body. He's got a large head. Sonny, look over here. Thank you. He does have a little bit, or his shoulder angles are pretty good, about 90 degrees. His shoulder angle, or his shoulder slope is approximately 45. He's pretty proportional, except in the first half. So his neck is a little bit small. Can you stand so I can see your butt? Come on, good boy. So he does have a little bit of a his croup is a little bit steep, which kind of, you can see, puts his pelvis, it tips it a little bit. So he has a little bit of sickle hawk. He's not really standing like he should be, but yeah. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it, right?
Okay.
What else?
No, you talked about angles and proportions. So, okay, I'm going to draw, just like we would at a test, the card, one from section A, and it's going to be a little tricky. So I'll hold the card up to the camera, and if you can't identify it, then we'll just call it a no-go. Okay, so this one, it says it's a front leg conformation, and it says first you're going to look at the card and identify the conformation, and then you're going to tell me if this horse has the conformation on the card, and if not, which conformation that the horse has. So I'm going to put this up to my camera and see if you can see.
I can see that, yeah. Okay, so that would be base wide. Okay. I believe this horse does not. He's not. Back up a little. He's not base wide with this work. Hey, can you stand for me?
Always hard to do the coordination. Cooperation.
Kind of see that. He's actually pretty straight from what I can see.
Okay. All right, so now I'm going to draw one from the B group, and this is a hind leg conformation question. And so again, it says, identify this conformation. Does the presented horse have the conformation on the card? And if not, what conformation does the horse have? So I'm going to hold the card up.
Okay, so that horse is a little bit camped out, or like it's back. Stand. See if you can get to stand square. Come on. Come on, buddy. Okay, well, he won't put his other foot down, but he is, you can see he's a little bit more sickle hawk than he's not standing under.
Okay. Good, so definitely not camped out then.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna draw the next card is gonna be from the C category, which is just kind of like the overall conformation faults. So this one is not an identification, so you don't have to look at the card. I'll just read it. It says, does the presented horse have mutton withers? And explain.
So mutton withers are withers that are kind of difficult to fit saddles to. This horse has, let's see if I can turn this around again. This horse does not. He actually has relatively large withers for his size, but he does not have mutton withers.
Okay, and then the last one is the category D, which is conformation as it relates to movement. And again, I didn't draw, got lucky, didn't draw an ID card. So it says, describe the conformation that would cause paddling, and how does that affect movement?
So paddling is caused by the conformation where their toes are in, or
Okay.
toed in conformation. And their movement, they kind of walk, how do you describe it? Kind of like, I don't know, they kind of wing, or not wing, they kind of go in with their legs. Okay. I don't know how to describe it.
Like paddling, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And so does that cause any problems if they're paddling? Like, do you have to worry about anything happening with that type of movement?
It could put a little bit of stress on the inside of the legs, and maybe the horse could be more at risk for like brushing.
Okay.
And like hitting the inside of its leg.
Okay, awesome. All right, so now we're going to do the e-card section, which is the lamenesses, and I'm going to draw 3 cards of the lamenesses, and you can talk about it and show me on the horse. All right, so the first one says, discuss navicular. So what we're looking for in the discussion is discuss common causes of navicular, identify the specific location on the horse where navicular would be found, name the inner structures involved in navicular, and what conformation might contribute to navicular. So if you forget any of those, I can remind you.
Okay. So navicular is like what they, I guess, classified foot problems kind of in. It involves the navicular bone, the navicular bursa, the deep digital flexor tendon, and this one's always been my hard one.
That's okay. That's good. So, okay, so that's discussion. What are some common causes of navicular?
I can't remember.
That's okay. Do you know? That's okay. Do you know on the horse where the navicular would be?
Yeah. Turn this around.
Yeah, you can turn us around.
Okay. So right like through here.
Okay.
Within a shadow. You can't see.
Okay. And you already said the inner structures involved. And then do you know what conformation might contribute to navicular?
Anything that would put concussion down there. So
okay.
Maybe short pasterns, or short upright pasterns.
Okay.
Maybe toed in, toed out.
Okay. Okay. All right. Next one is going to be bowed tendon. So again, the questions would be discuss bowed tendon, discuss common causes of bowed tendon, identify the location of bowed tendon on the mount, name the inner structures involved, and any conformation that might contribute to bowed tendon.
So a bowed tendon occurs, stay over there. So right in this area, They can be high or low or in the middle. And they're caused by like a strain. So typically you see it in a lot of race horses or event horses. It can be caused by like if they step in a hole in the pasture and like strain it. It's basically like little tears in the deep digital and superficial flexor tendons. And what were the other questions?
Are there any conformation faults that might, or conformation that might contribute to this condition?
So something like long pasterns could definitely put a lot of stress on those tendons.
Okay. Good. All right, let's do, last one is going to be curb. So it says discuss curb, the common causes of curb, identify the location of curb on the mount, the inner structures involved, and any conformation that might contribute to curb.
So a curb occurs on the back horse or the back leg.
Okay.
Is the inflammation of the plantar ligament.
Okay.
The one that runs down the back of the hock.
Okay. And
another
what causes it to get inflamed, or is there any conformation or other causes that might lead it to become inflamed?
So conformation could be like sickle hocks, maybe cow hocks, potentially long pasterns, standing under.
Okay. And are there any other common causes besides conformation?
It's just caused by stress. So just too much stress on the back, the hind legs.
Okay. And then can you show us on the horse where it would be located?
Oh, right. Can't remember if it's above or below. I think it's below.
Yep, you're right. Okay, good. All right. So you can just leave us turned that way if you want. And then we'll do the basic anatomy of the front and the hind leg. And so that is the principal bones, the principal tendons, and the principal ligaments. So you can start either the front or the hind leg, and with bones or tendons and ligaments, whatever you'd like.
Okay. I'll start with the front leg and the bones.
Okay.
So scapula, humerus, radius, carpus. Then there's the second, third, and fourth metacarpus. And then, I forgot the ulna.
Good job.
And then the sesamoid bones. And then P1, P2, and then P3.
Okay.
Which are the long, short, and then coffin bones.
Okay. And how many sesamoid bones are there?
2.
And are there any other bones in the hoof besides the coffin bone?
There's the navicular bone.
Good. Okay. All right, you want to do tendons and ligaments in the front or bones in the back?
I'll do tendons and ligaments in the front.
Okay.
Okay. So deep digital flexor tendon comes down. It's like the deepest. So it comes down and attaches to the coffin bone, I think.
Okay.
And then the superficial flexor tendon comes down and it attaches to P1, I think. This was one of my harder ones.
That's okay. This is good. It's going to give us stuff to talk about. And then what about, are there any tendons in the front of the leg?
Yeah, there are. I'm just trying to remember the name.
That's okay. We'll skip that. What about the principal ligaments?
There's the suspensory ligament.
Okay, do you know where that is?
Yeah, it comes down and I can't remember where it attaches.
That's okay. All right, and then let's do the bones in the hind leg.
So there's the pelvis,
Mhm.
the femur,
Mhm.
and then the the pelvis, then the femur, then the just flew out of my head again.
Starts with a P.
Oh, patella is here, and then the tibia, fibula. No, the other way. And then the tarsus, and then the second, third, and fourth metatarsus, and then the sesamoid bones, and then P1, P2, and P3.
Okay, good. And then as far as tendons and ligaments, are there any tendons or ligaments in the hind leg that are different from what's in the front?
There's the plantar ligament.
Okay, good.
Can't remember the name of the other one.
Okay. All right, cool. Thank you. So I'm going to go ahead and stop recording.